We are underway. Quarterfinal action. Boys under 14 is the Concord Fire versus the Del Mar Sharks. I'm Greg Porter for George Landman Video Sports Productions, and the Del Mar Sharks are in the blue and the gold numbers, and all black is the Fire. Let's get the lineup for the Del Mar Sharks. First, number 1 is Blake Highland. Number 2, Alejandro Valencia. Number 3, Spencer Klein. Number 4, Cristobal Mendoza. Number 5, Connor Collins. Number 6 is Peter Katakalides. Number 7 is Jose Altamirano. Number 8 is Alfonso Osuna. Number 9 is Jonathan Reading. Number 10 is Andre Elias, as they have a corner kick going on right now. Number 11 is Omar Bercerera. Number 12 is Trevor Newquist. 13 is Tyler Zimba. Number 14 is Christopher Polasek. Number 16 is Colin Shrake. And number 17 is Kian Mogharabi. And the head coach is Andy Hargreaves, and the assistant coach is Jose Rivera. Now let's get the lineup for the Concord Fire. They're head coach by Mark Toner, and the team manager is Chuck Fazio. The keeper is Angelo Suarez. Number 1, Leo Martinez at a forward or center mid. Number 2 is Matthew Nagler at a forward. Number 3 is Rob Hooper, center mid. Number 4 is Emerson Harrison at left mid or left back. Number 5 is Dwayne Levine. He's at right back. Number 7 is the sweeper, Dominic Guzzetti. Number 8 is the right mid, Roger Arcila. Number 9 is the right mid or right back, Nico Fazio. Number 10 is the left back, Musa Dalla Tabuti. Number 11 is the stopper, Soren Martinson. Number 13 is Brian Dominguez, the forward. Number 19 is Eric Tice, the center mid. Number 21 is the forward, Nick Kolowski. And 23 at left back, and this one is up over the net off of a free kick. He is Joseph Burke at left back, number 23. Just the starting of action here in the boys under 14, the quarterfinal match here in the Surf Cup 2004, the 24th annual Surf Cup. Been some great action yesterday and today. And at this point in the tournament, and here in the first week, you begin to see it thin out, because the only thing left is those who've made it to the quarterfinals and trying to vie to get into the semis and trying to win it. And all of that will take place tomorrow, and trying to win the tournament in the Surf Cup. On a soccer ball there is Harrison. Harrison trying to go down the left wing here. He's got help there by Dalla Tabuti, and a little bit of too much on the action there. So it's going to be free kick for the Del Mar Sharks. Sharks going, of course, from left to right on your picture screen, and a Fire going from right to left. The Sharks in their own half of the field. Send it to the wide side. Trying to chase him down as Nagler over there. The Fire have the soccer ball now, and they will throw it in from the far side touchline. Nagler try to flick it on with a header in the back of his head, but taken away by the Sharks. Highland. Actually, that was Altamirano feeding it out to the wide to Newquist. Newquist on the run toward the box. He's got a teammate there. Altamirano again. And it is sent out of play on the near side touchline. So Altamirano and Newquist trying to work a play at the outside of the 18-yard box for the Sharks.
Anyway, you guys can go down there to commentary. Because it's distracting. For me, I can't even talk to you. I apologize.
The throw in to the 18-yard box, and it's headed out. We don't want to do it while we're filming. Into the 18-yard box now. Here's Altamirano. Altamirano trying to make a move, but it's taken away by the Fire. But coming in there to keep it into the 18-yard box with an intercept that time was Colin Shrake. And let's see what we have. We have a call, and it is just right outside the box. So big chance here for the Sharks. So the Sharks now are going to see if they can get the first goal of the contest, as they have a big opportunity here. Setting it up is Mendoza. Altamirano standing there. We don't know who's going to approach it. It's going to be Mendoza, and he tries to bend it inside the net and can't quite do it. And we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. No score. Just give me the sign. Action back underway. As the Sharks at midfield try to advance. It's off of Altamirano. Sharks still on a soccer ball. Altamirano at mid-flight gets it in the 18-yard box. But to the wide side, Arcila able to make a play and move it upfield. Altamirano causing problems on the right side of that attack for the Del Mar Sharks, and the defenders on the left have to be wary of him so far in this quarterfinal match. We have a free kick now at about midfield. No score in the first half between the Fire of Concord, who have made it to the quarterfinals here of the Surf Cup 2004. And the Del Mar Sharks off the head of one player. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be a goal kick, as it was off the Fire. So goal kick for the Sharks. The cloud cover is starting to come back into play here later in the day. It was a very nice sunshiny scenario here a few hours ago. But now it is starting to really cool off. And obviously, if you've got to do a lot of running in a game of soccer, it's very, very comfortable for you to handle. The Sharks now sending the ball down the field. And off the long ball, being able to grab this one and send it back down the field for the Fire is the keeper, Suarez. Here comes the Sharks again. And down to Central, and the foul, and a yellow card to go with it. As Martinson almost pretty much tackled the player coming down to Central. Can't do that one. And the center ref calls it immediately. So now the free kick for the Sharks. Trying to put one on the board. Straight on and a little bit off to the right. And we'll take a timeout for a second. No score. And a goal kick now by Suarez. Off almost to the center circle, but the Sharks keep it from getting there, and here they come quickly. Again, it's Altamirano trying to put it on the top side. Jose, again, he's got that speed and giving him a lot of problems. They're not able to mark him. He gets space, and he almost got that one where he wanted it, just a little bit too high. Had the right idea, though. It'll be a goal kick for Suarez. The Fire were invited to the U.S. Club Soccer Region 3 tournament, and they could not go to that because they were invited to go here for the first time, and they are very happy to have not only come here but made it into the quarterfinals. So that means that they played some pretty good soccer for their first trip. Been able to bond together. They're merged at two different teams and a couple of loners out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. Coming here to Southern California and having some fun. And trying to hold on to that one was, of course, Harrison, but he couldn't, and it's taken away. And here's, again, Altamirano, and a challenge by Harrison. The ball is still rolling towards that 18-yard box, but finally, the Fire are able to get it out of danger. And now they got some speed going the other way with Zimba. Zimba trying to make a play along the far side. At least, if anything, he pushed the Del Mar Sharks back into their own deep third. As it goes up the field, Connor Collins able to make a play and push it back towards the attacking third, and now they'll have a throw-in, will the Fire. No score here in the first half of action. Sharks playing in their host city of the Surf Cup against the visitors from Atlanta, Georgia, in the Fire. On it now, Newquist, and he delivers it into the 18-yard box. But his teammate under a lot of duress there and wasn't able to make a play. And now that ball goes out of play in the near side touchline, and it will be a throw-in. Lastly touched by the Sharks. Throw-in for the Fire as they will try and advance it out of their own deep third. On the near side, the header there by Elias, and a foul. Free kick coming up for the Fire after the foul. Taken by Harrison, and he drives it up past midfield toward the attacking third, but it doesn't stay there long. It heads back to where Harrison has to make a play. Retreating back. Almost a dangerous play there by Harrison. It went off of Altamirano, and now it'll be a throw-in for Harrison. Harrison has to watch out. Could be yellow carded if you get the legs up too high. Off the 50-50 ball, the Sharks win it and still have it in the attacking third as they try to go, but getting over there at the last moment was Guzzetti. Dominic Guzzetti doing a fine job in that space, because that was a play that the Sharks had. And here they come again. Getting most of the touches so far in the first half. And controlling the soccer ball. And they send one over into the corner. Did Colin Shrake. Altamirano trying to control it, but can't. Lost it, and it gets sent back upfield. And they reduce the size of the field with Redding. And the foul, and that's going to go. That is going to go against the Fire, and the center ref runs over and lets him know about that play. Didn't card him, but he wanted to let Matthew Nagler know that you can't get away with that type of play. And the next time he probably will card him. Toward the 18-yard box, a header and a save by Suarez. Angelo watching that one real well, right into his hands. Off the bounce, back to midfield. And it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Fire on the far side. Try to look for somebody down at Central. Can't do it as the Sharks are there. And the Sharks get it to Altamirano. Altamirano trying to work his magic, and he draws it back. And now they want to switch it to the opposite side of the field. And they get the long ball. And now running onto it is Becerra. Omar Becerra. Becerra with Harrison marking him. And he finds Shrake. Shrake almost overran the soccer ball, and now there's two in the field. Becerra. Couple of players there, they take it away, but winning it back are the Sharks. The Sharks playing with two soccer balls in this game. The Harrison now has it, and one of them get out of there. It's the keeper for the other team. In the adjoining field, had to wait for an opportunity to get his ball back. In the deep third, the Sharks trying to make a play to get out of their own deep third, and they can't do it, and now the Fire. Chance to attack. And the whistle's blown, and it's going to come back down. Maybe they have to rethrow it in again. They're waiting for.
You can move a little bit of the line, the ladder.
When we get a. And the ball goes out of play, and the soccer ball will be thrown in by the Sharks. Altamirano, he accelerates, has two players chasing him, and he kicks it off of one of them. That's Becerra, or rather Martinson. Martinson coming over there to help out with Harrison. It's going to be a throw-in. Not too far from the corner kick area. No score here in the first half between the Sharks and the Fire of Concord. In the 18-yard box, winning the 50-50 ball is the Sharks. It bounces off. Here's Altamirano all alone, and hold on. Offsides call. And that's why Altamirano was all alone. And he was saying, here I go. As you go up the field, Harrison now bringing it down. All the way off the long ball in the air. Retreating back in there on deep third of the Fire as the Sharks advancing again. It heads over to Harrison, and then he gets a teammate to head it all the way up the field. And it's going to roll out off the Sharks, and it'll be a throw-in. And there may be some substitutions coming in for the Fire, and they are. So the Fire get two fresh players into the game. And one of them is Eric Tice. And the other player, we will mention his name as they touch that soccer ball. That other player might have been Nico Fazio, but if it wasn't, we will mention the names of all the players as they touch that soccer ball. On it now is Nagler. Nagler trying to make a play. He has Fazio. And then now it's taken away. The Sharks have it at midfield. Sharks able to win the midfield battle, and that's why they continue to put pressure on the defenders back of the Fire. Martinson trying to get something going, could not. And now here the Sharks come again. Service into the box, but Suarez has it. Angelo sees that one bend to him, and now he's going to drive everybody back down the field. Only a couple of players back, and they're able to make the play and go back the other direction. Not able to coordinate enough plays on the Fire. And so they continue to have to play in their own half of the field. And unless they can change that particular scenario, that will lend great favor for the Del Mar Sharks. They'll gain more confidence in this game, the quarterfinal game of the Surf Cup. Into the corner, the Fire now. Trying to win it against two Del Mar Sharks players, and they get it momentarily, but not long enough. And now here come the Sharks back the other way. They have two in the deep back. Altamirano, and coming over there, and he's probably going to get a card. Yes, he is. Harrison figured that he wanted to get the soccer ball, but that time he went ahead and got the player. Did not get the ball. And that is the yellow card. And Harrison has to watch out. I mentioned before. One more card, and he'll be out of the game, and his team will have a hard time trying to win this one. The Fire cannot afford to lose players. And the ball goes past the goal line, and it now will be a goal kick for Suarez. Suarez sending it down to Central. He gets a nice hitter by Fazio, but then they can't continue forward, and here's Altamirano again. Jose Altamirano trying to beat a couple players, and then finally getting over there to make a play was Martinson. The stopper Martinson had to make that one because Altamirano had beaten a couple players and was ready to make that turn. It'll be a goal kick. Fresh players coming in for the Sharks. Coming in now is Katakalidis, number 6, Peter, and number 14, Polasek, Christopher Polasek. On the wide side, they send it down, and the keeper comes way off his line to make the save, and he was running out of area there in that 18-yard box to be able to make it with his hands. Just got it before that ball was out of the box, and then would have got a penalty called on him. Harrison. And that is the end of the first half, and we have no score as the Sharks trying to put one in the net, cannot quite get it done, and the Fire just holding on in the first half, and we'll see what happens in the second half as shaping up to be a very good and tightly contested match in the second stanza. So stick with us, and we'll be right back.
Okay, Dwayne a hard time because what he was doing, Dwayne and Simon are standing square together like this, okay, and then he's having Roger come back and block his man where he pushed Roger on, he shows the man at the ball, Dwayne you take his man, that's why I gave you a hard time, but you ran in there like the bull, right to the player that had the ball, opened up the whole space at the back, okay, just slide the ship, okay, patient, very patient.
Okay, action is set to get underway here in the second half. It's going to be the Concord Fire going from left to right on your picture screen, and the Delmar Sharks going from right to left. No score as neither team able to put one in the back of the net in the first half, and we'll see what happens at the boys under 14 here in the second half. The Sharks wanting to get to that semifinals of the big tournament here in their city limits, and the Fire traveling all the way from Georgia trying to upset and find their way into the semifinals. And we're underway. The Fire now have one possession of the ball now and heading toward the attacking third. And that was Kowalski, and he couldn't hold on to it long, and now they have to retreat back. A thing that they had to do a lot in the first half. Alfonso Osuna getting into a teammate. That ball delivered that time by Cristobal Mendoza. And now here's Polasek. Polasek in the corner. He was looking for Mendoza. And now on it is Osuna. Osuna, nice service toward the box, and that was picked off. Done nicely by Martinson, who's standing tall back there. And now here's Suarez sending it all the way across midfield. Here come the Fire now. Trying to find some magic here as they send it to the wide side. Chasing it down is Dolat Tabuti, and Dolat Tabuti wasn't able to get to it. He ran out of real estate on the far side touchline. The center ref cautioning players out there. There's a few that already have yellow cards in the first half, and they have to watch out. Do not want to end up in a situation to get another card, because if they do, they will be out of the contest. And they will definitely handicap their team one player down. How does it do it? It allows more open space for players to operate. The space that's not intended to be there, because they play with the full complement at this level. They play 8-on-8 when you're a young kid variety. 10 years of age. And when you get to this level, playing with a full normal amount of players that you see in the World Cup. FIFA International. In the back. Cristobal Mendoza giving it to his teammate. And teammate being Osuna, pushing it up the field. Driving it back there was Guzzetti. Guzzetti the sweeper, and then Suarez sending it up field. And now here, trying to make a play, Dominguez. Dominguez is a player that has actually been invited to the national team to play for this age bracket. And here's Dominguez. And there is going to be a yellow card. Emerson Harrison. Going to be a free kick now. The foul against DeFire. Sent over in the corner. Mendoza, centering pass, and just a little bit too far for Altamirano. Cristobal had the right idea. He was looking for Jose down the middle, down the central in that 18-yard box, and he just had too much pace on the ball. If Altamirano gets to the soccer ball, it may very well have been 1-0 right then and there. Again, we have two balls in the field. Here's Mendoza again, using his speed down the left flanks. Mendoza's pass is intercepted and sent back the other way. It'll be a throw-in, though. This was last touched out by the Sharks. DeFire trying to make sure that they get that ball out of their own half of the field. And another warning, one of the Fire players, the Sharks. Dominguez getting that warning. Shrake is passed to the other side of the 18-yard box, and a foul. Either that or it was an offsides call. Didn't quite see. And to the far side, Harrison trying to make a play, and it goes all the way back to where Suarez has to make a save. Angelo sends it all the way down the field. Dominguez again. Trying to find a way to get away from the defender, but doing a fine job there was Valencia to stay with the stalwart Dominguez. A good shot of Dominguez and Valencia there. And Valencia, if he doesn't stay with Dominguez, he's got a play going. And a header. And it goes right back the other way now. Only two. And the other side of the field. In the deep back. Here's Harrison for the Fire to help out. As they switch to the other side of the field now. Kowalski gets it to his teammate, and then nobody's there but Valencia, who gets it out of danger. And they go back up the field now to center circle. Here's Valencia. Valencia, which way is he going to go with it? He wants to go to his right. Gets it off to Shrake. Shrake running down the right side. Shrake wants to find Altamirano, but it's knocked out of play by, or still in the field of play, but Harrison, a beautiful challenge. Here's Dominguez again. Dominguez in the central. Take it away, and back on it now was Martinson, and the call, it's going to go the other way. Going to be a throw-in for the Sharks as they get a player to head it, try to keep it in play in the corner. And it goes out, last touch by the Sharks. And so Suarez will go with a goal kick. We're moving to the halfway point here in the second half, and we still have no score between the Sharks and the Fire in this quarterfinal match. Good action between both teams. Defenders playing well, almost a handball by the Fire. The Sharks now with Cristobal Mendoza getting it over to Becerra, over to Altamirano. He advances into the attacking third, down the 18-yard box. He takes a shot and a goal! Jose Altamirano, a beautiful play as he accelerated and then lined it up and put it in the inside of the net for the 1-0 lead for the Del Mar Sharks. As I said in the first half, he was going to be a guy that the defenders for the Fire were going to have to find a way to make sure he doesn't get space. He did that time, and it resulted in a goal for the Del Mar Sharks and a 1-0 lead in the second half. And now the Fire have to find a way to answer to stay in a tournament. To midfield, Martinson, as he tries to bring it up, and it's taken away, and retreating back has to be Guzzetti. Guzzetti gives it away, though, and now here the Sharks again, trying to get some insurance. Accelerating and dribbling and shooting it over the top of the net. Becerra trying to give him a little bit more breathing room with a 2-0 lead, but could not bring it down. Becerra had a lot of room there, and they just continued to retreat, and then he took the shot. Maybe should have tried one from the low side. He tried to beat him on the top side. Here's Altamirano again, and it goes off, and they're going to get a CK. Man, and pressure being put on a Fire now here in the second half is beginning to show a little bit more desire and fire on the Sharks is guys like Altamirano and Becerra. And maybe the Fire beginning to wear thin here. They're going to have to stop the all-important CK here and try to get back up the field. Down 1-0. Lining it up is Newquist, Trevor Newquist. Newquist bends the ball up in the air, but it's a little bit too far on a straight line, and it went on top of the net. He wanted to bend it to where it went down to that 6-yard box. He could get somebody to head it down into the back of the net or strike it in the back of the net, but he didn't get it. Valencia and Altamirano chased it down, but there is Suarez. And he sends it to midfield. A 50-50 ball, and a couple of players colliding there. No call. Dominguez, always dangerous. Dominguez now, nice step over. Dominguez again trying to weave his way, and taking it away there is Valencia into space. He did not go for the fooling of Dominguez. And Valencia has created a situation where he's been able to kind of check Dominguez when he wants to try to make moves, and that is hurting the Fire, as he is he's their best player. Number 9 coming out. And now coming in is Joseph Burke. And the Fire will have to try to find a way to get Dominguez free and get the ball to him. And here he is now. And taken away. There's Valencia shadowing him all over the field. On it now is Arcila. And Arcila kicks it over to the near side touchline. But Roger knocked it off of a Sharks player. He has the throw in. Sent back the other way to midfield. And there's Altamirano again. Altamirano trying to outrun players. He does! And he heads toward the 18-yard box. Almost got run over and no call. But they have another player running into the box. It goes Altamirano and he pops it up behind him. Valencia is there. And there's going to be a call. It will be a free kick. As Alejandro Valencia playing well in this game, and he's really been a key for the Sharks to try to win this game. Playing good defense and now offensively pinches in to try to get something going. Valencia is going to take the free kick, and he just kicks that one out of play. We'll take a breather. It's 1-0 Del Mar Sharks in the quarterfinals of the Surf Cup. Off the goal kick, Suarez getting it up there, and players retreating back. Altamirano again being marked heavily by Burke. And now Burke, who is a fresh player in the game, trying to stay with Altamirano, will get the free kick. He goes down to central, but nobody is there, and that really hurts you. If you're the Fire, you need somebody to be on the ball so you can continue your passing game and try to get some pressure on the keeper, Blake Highland. Highland content to watch it on the other side of the field. Now attacking on the Fire. A bending ball. Highland has to make a move, and he does. A great save by Blake Highland. If he waits on that one, it might have been a situation where he would have been beat on a play. But he didn't wait. He was aggressive, and he charged and came off his line and got to the soccer ball. Big play that time for the Sharks. And the Sharks at midfield now with Altamirano as they want to continue to put the pressure on the Fire defenders. Altamirano ran over that one, but he gets it back. Controls it, collects it, and gets it over to his teammate now, Becerra. Becerra comes to the near side. Becerra being marked by his alternate number there, and that's Martinson for the Fire. But taken away now, and a beautiful heel kick to the teammate there. Kowalski, and Dominguez trying to finish it off, and he knows he had a big chance there, and he just couldn't quite get it to him the way he wanted to him, and he is hurting now. And it'll be a timeout as they check on Dominguez. We'll be right back. And Dominguez has to come out of the game. He is cramping up there, and they get a fresh player into the contest. And one of the Del Mar Sharks, former football player for USC back in the days of Lynn Swanacum, comes over to help him out. And it kind of, when you're a football player, you really know about those leg injuries and things like that, and kind of helping the national select player from the Fire kind of maybe get over his injury. Coming in now is Katakalitis. Peter Katakalitis is going to come in and then throw in for the Sharks. The Sharks now with Shrake. Shrake trying to make a play, and a couple players fall down over on that far side, and it is going to be a free kick. That's time running down for the Fire of Concord in this game. Fire down by 1 goal here in the quarterfinals of the Surf Cup 2004. And the worst part about it for them is their best player has walked off the field with an injury. So the rest of the players are going to have to step up. Altamirano, and it continues forward. The alternate, the same number on the Fire, Guzzetti, wasn't afraid and met him. That ball went out of play, and the Fire getting the throw in. But then they violated the throw in now, and so it's going to be, well, actually, he just said you got to back up. And yes, they did violate it. The Del Mar Sharks are going to throw it in. So the Sharks will throw it in, leading 1-0 on a goal by Altamirano. Trying to find somebody to run onto it over there. Mendoza. And now here's Valencia. Valencia gets the winner of the 50-50 ball, but then they quickly push it back upfield to the Fire. Becerra. Mendoza not afraid to keep the action going, and now here is Hooper. Hooper, who from England, and Altamirano running that one down, almost got there in time. But Suarez was able to make the play. Kowalski, and that ball toward the interior, and that is right where the Sharks were. Harrison driving it upfield, but not able to have somebody run onto it, and that is the thing the Fire need. They can't just give the soccer ball away. As time is running out, and of course the Sharks very content to make them retreat back, and that's the end of the game, where the Del Mar Sharks will advance to the semifinals of the boys under 14 bracket in the Surf Cup 2004. But the Concord Fire have had a great tournament, and they came out here and the first time making it in the Surf Cup, and they played with a lot of intensity, and they just fell short today. We hope you enjoyed all of the action, and surely the Fire will not forget their first time at a Surf Cup, and they will be definitely that much better the next time around when they attack the Surf Cup in the future. Stick with us. We'll have some closing comments from those who participated in the game today as the Sharks players shaking the hands of the Fire and thanking them for a very good contest. And we'll be right back in just a moment. Greg Porter here with the Concord Fire, some of the players who participated in the game today and played very well. Tell us who you are and just talk a little bit about the tournament and your experience coming out here to Southern California.
All right. My name's Emerson Harrison, and I thought the tournament was tight. We had a good time, and I'm repping ATL.
My name's Soren Martinson, and this tournament was really good, and the fields are nice, and I just had a good time.
All right. My name's Eric Tice, and play center mid. And it was fun coming out here, the plane ride and all that. And it was a good experience for all of us.
Okay, one shout out you guys want to say for your team or whatever towards coming back here next time or any type of thing like that?
No, not really.
We'll win it next year?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
A shout out to all my peoples in the ATL.
All right. Thanks, Harrison. And we'll have a few more in just a moment of the Concord Fire. Back here with some more players for the Concord Fire, and tell us who you are, what position you play, and introduce the outstanding national select player.
I'm Nick Kowalski. I play forward striker, and this is Brian Dominguez, and he plays center mid and striker.
No, es una buena experiencia para todos los jugadores con los mejores equipos de los Estados Unidos. Y pues hicimos lo que se pudo, la competencia estuvo dura, al final no se dio, pero todo bien. Va a haber otro próximo año.
You heard the man.
Well, basically, I could tell that he's very happy to be out here, and it's a great experience. Talk a little bit about your injury. What actually happened?
Un calambre en el muslo y pues no pude volver al partido por causa del calambre.
Okay. You gonna be all right?
Sí.
Okay. Yes, I know what that means in Spanish. And this is a real thrill, though, even to be able to do it in Spanish. Great sport around the world. A lot of Spanish-speaking players that play this game at a high clip, high level. Today was an outstanding game, and you guys partake of a great tournament. Talk about the things that you're able to do while you're out here as far as places you've gone to.
Yeah, play Georgia ODP, and just it's a good tournament. We do a lot of stuff all over the country, mostly in Georgia, and that's it.
No, pues estuve en ODP también y le doy gracias a Dios por haberme traído acá y darme esta buena experiencia.
Okay, I tell you what, my boss George Langevin is going to love this interview because he's real fluent in Spanish. Okay, well, guys, good luck in the rest of the tournament, and take care of yourselves and have a great trip back.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And we'll have a few more of the Fire from Atlanta, Georgia area in just a moment. Greg Porter back here with some more Concord Fire player who played real well, made it to the quarterfinals of this great tournament, and talk a little bit about your play. Tell us who you are, what position you play out there, and basically the trip out here, how it's been pretty successful for you guys.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Levine, and I play right back, and I think this has been good competition out here, and it's good to get good experience and play against good teams.
Hi, my name's Matt Nagler. I'm a forward, and it's just like cool coming out to the West Coast because, you know, in Atlanta we don't get this kind of challenge every day, but out here the teams are much more challenging, so it's fun to, you know, play harder teams and stuff.
My name's Dominic Gazzetti. I play sweeper, and I think this has been a real great experience. It's been a fun one, and I'd like to thank my parents for
just bringing you out here.
Yeah.
Get a little choked up there. All right. Well, guys, you have one last shout out for anybody who's watching this tape, your parents or friends or whatever. This is a keepsake forever.
I'd like to say thank you for my parents for allowing me, because it's quite expensive to come from Atlanta. But
yeah, to the parents.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, good luck on your trip back, and whatever you do here in the last days or last hours that you're here in Southern California. Good luck, guys. Greg Porter back here with some more Concord Fire players, and yes, they were on fire today and just couldn't pull out the victory here in the quarterfinals of the Surf Cup 2004. Tell us who you are and talk a little bit about the tournament and hand it to your teammates.
My name's Carlos. Well, at home they already know me, and I was on the bench the whole time because I'm injured, but everybody had a good game, so yeah, I think it was a pretty good experience, and now we know how the teams are, and I bet next year we're going to do a better job than this year.
I think so.
Hola, yo me llamo Rogelio y yo creo que jugamos bien, llegando de Georgia y llegando hasta los cuartos de finales. Me gusta el torneo y creo, me gusta la competencia, jugando todos los más mejores equipos del país. Pues bueno.
Okay, and let me talk to your keeper, Suarez, who played real well today. Talk about the game today.
Yo pienso que fue un buen juego, güey.
fue empatado, o sea, tuvimos oportunidades, pero no las definimos. Y bueno, fue un buen juego.
Okay. Gracias. That's what I'm going to say there. And again, we hope that you enjoyed all of the action from the Surf Cup 2004. It was great weather out here and a real good tournament. And good luck to the Fire as they return home back to Georgia and the Del Mar Sharks in their attempt to win the tournament right here in their city confines. I'm Greg Porter for George Langevin Video Sports Productions, where the final score in the quarterfinal match of the Surf Cup 2004, it was 1 for the Del Mar Sharks, nothing for the Concord Fire. Take care and God bless until next time.